All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to You Like That Extra. My name is Jack. I am one half of You Like That Extra.
And my name's Adam, the other half of You Like That Extra.
I thought I'd do it straight away.
I know.
So I didn't forget it again.
I feel like you were probably stressing about it the whole time.
I was definitely thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking about how you're dressed for the beach, and I'm in about 30 layers.
I'm in my Star Wars pajama bottoms. I'm in my steamed hams t-shirt.
We're in the middle of a cold snap
And it's literally
in New South Wales.
Because I've shaved my head, like, I'm getting back into wearing my hats again.
Yeah.
Because with the hair, it just looks like shit. When you got a receding line like mine, the little part here and the little stray hairs that pop out,
It's no good.
It's not good for anyone.
Absolutely no good.
Yep.
This week is a birthday treat to Brooke's dad.
Yes, my father-in-law.
Happy birthday for like 2 weeks ago.
Yes,
We have a schedule, all right? We got to stick to it.
Exactly right. But for a birthday treat, and because he has hounded me for quite some time into
into
watching this movie, so a very good treat to hopefully he will enjoy what we have to say about it.
Yeah, so it's his favourite movie. It's an American Werewolf in London, a classic horror comedy from the year 1981.
Very old.
The director is a man named John Landis. I wasn't stalling at all.
Not at all.
You will know him from the Blues Brothers. He did the Twilight Zone movie, among other things. He is also the father to extremely Twitter-cancelled Max Landis, who wrote the movie Chronicle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
that
is
movie. Oh.
a brilliant movie that I love very much, but Max Landis is a piece of shit. So, anyway, just funny.
Yeah.
There you go. 1981, this movie won an Oscar for Best Makeup. You know when the category was made?
When was it made?
1981. This is the first one to ever win it.
Inaugural.
I don't know if it won it, like the category exists because of this movie, or if it was just purely circumstantial.
We'll get into it.
Horror comedy. It had a budget of $5.8 million US. This is 30 years before Jason Blum came along.
Yeah.
Box office, $62 million. Which at the time,
man.
fucking hell. And for a $5.8 million budget, that is...
the 80s, that's a lot of
enormous.
champagne bottles getting popped.
It stars David Naughton, Griffin Dunn, and Jenny Agutter. Agatha.
Look,
it's the word gutter with an A before.
We always need to apologise for if there's ever an actor and actress that watches this show and we review your movie, we're so sorry that we butcher your name. We're Australian. Give us a break.
The makeup and effects, this is a very practical effects heavy movie. It is done by a guy named Rick Baker, who just his IMDb credits is about 780, I reckon. He's done
it does not end.
Star Wars, Videodrome, Batman Forever, Men in Black, Hellboy, The Good Hellboy, and most importantly, Eddie Murphy's Norbit. He did Norbit.
He took some of that Hollywood money
that
for that
absolutely stood out like a fucking flashing neon sign on his IMDb.
Yeah,
I was like, why would you put that on there? Critics, 88%.
Yep.
Audience, 85%. People love this movie.
Balance.
The plot is two American students traveling around Europe are attacked in the outskirts of London by a werewolf that nobody will admit exists.
Mm-hmm.
So, Adam.
Yes.
What did you think of An American Werewolf in London?
So, this movie, obviously, kicking it off, this is an old movie. This is straight red flags, warning signs for Adam. And you said it straight up. You said I would not like this movie.
Correct.
I'm here to tell you today, Jack, that I enjoyed this movie.
Very good. I'm glad.
It's a standout above the rest. I mean, like when we did The Thing, I enjoyed The Thing as well. That was a really great movie as well. Certain others obviously not, but this one sprung me by surprise. Obviously, I'd only ever heard the name of the movie previously.
Yeah.
Seen a couple posters, a couple memes on Tumblr and that. But never thought ever to watch this movie. It never gauged my interest because older movies never did as such. But upon watching this, I found myself thoroughly enjoying the plot. My main takeaway from this movie is just the practical effects and makeup are outstanding.
Genuinely astonishing.
Ridiculously good. Like they will not make them like this again.
No.
I don't care how good James Wan is, Lee Whannell and all that. And anything from Blumhouse, just not going to look like this ever again.
Yeah, it will always get touched up now.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
It will always do a bit, and then obviously, touch it up in post.
It's got a bit of it's got a bit of the Jaws about it in that the full body like guy in a suit with the animatronic head didn't look fantastic.
Yeah.
So you don't see a lot of the werewolf
which is
for a
probably
little while.
a good thing where they probably didn't know how to do that as well, because as it is, you really only get a full body of the wolf laid into the movie very briefly, and it's like a quick like
and
that.
it's only when he's moving slowly,
Yeah.
because obviously the stuntman couldn't run in it or whatever. So
Yeah.
they shoot around it.
Yeah.
But it is still magnificent.
Still brilliant. Everything else,
astonishing.
the way people are torn up in that, his friend Jack, when he comes on the screen, like after he's been killed and he's having like the hallucinations, being like, I'm stuck in this middle world now because I've had an unnatural death.
Yeah.
And every time like he sees him, he's a little bit more fucked up.
Yeah.
And every time it's just a step above the rest.
Yeah.
Like the first time when he's all like scratched up and all the flesh is hanging off him.
It looks like kebab meat.
Yeah, and because it's moving with him as he moves.
Horrible.
As well. That's the best part.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Anyone else would do that and it would just like stay stationary.
Beautiful to look at, yeah.
But the fact that it does little wiggles and that, and you're just like, oh my god, it seems so fucking real.
There's like things throbbing underneath it and stuff. Like when he talks, like
it's amazing.
It's a marvel.
So good, especially for the early 80s.
And a budget of $5.8 million.
Budget of 5.8.
Like, what the hell were they making it out of?
Exactly. So this movie obviously had some weird parts to it, and
that's the early 80s. There's always some awkward
storytelling. Probably wasn't the most peak back in these days, because obviously it takes a while for a transformation to happen in this.
Yep.
I put it down that 59 minutes into the movie is when his first transformation happens.
Yep. And it goes for 97 minutes. So
it's a 97-minute movie. And after that transformation happens, it's like a very quick, like, come to a resolution by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Because we'll get into it.
It ramps up.
Yeah, we were getting to it, and I'm just like, not long left.
No.
I don't know where this is going to go now. And it just sort of like, it just goes with it. It doesn't try to like dance around with it. It doesn't try to prolong it longer.
No.
It just sort of just goes, yep, this, that, bang, you're done.
Yep. In and out.
It's all right. I don't hate that. I didn't enjoy it the most because I'm so used to the movies that we have nowadays.
Yeah.
But for this, I go, nah.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, that's why I thought you wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
Because of the awkward dialogue and like, it's not a lot happens for a little while, and then it all happens at once.
Yeah.
And then it's done.
It's just one of those ones that definitely it surprised me, and obviously surprised you in hearing that I did enjoy this as well. But no, straight up, I enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, no surprises here. It's an 80s slasher with gorgeous practical effects. Like, that might as well be my Tinder bio. You know, like at this point, it's just who I am.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen this since high school. Like in early high school, when I was like, all right, I'm the movie guy now. I watched all the classics, all the classic horror movies, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre as well. I don't remember it all, but I have seen it.
Yeah.
And this is one of those movies. And yeah, watching it again, I was just like, yeah, this is fucking great. This is a fucking great movie.
Yeah.
It's classified as horror comedy, but the comedy doesn't stand out. It's just, it's like, you know, your friend isn't a comedian, but every now and then they say something really fucking funny, and it's just natural. It's part of the conversation. And that's what this movie is like. There's just some little jokes about, like, and I'm sure if you're British, it's even funnier.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, British people from the country are, you know, this type, and you have to know that.
Yeah, and it's humor. It's humor from back then.
Yeah,
much
and like
different to how it
jokes
is.
about Guinness and stuff. I just don't get it. Like, but you know, and then
sure, there's some old British pub out in the country that are knee slapping themselves.
Yeah,
over that
absolutely. One. And then there's some awkward like slapstick comedy and stuff, like with the bumbling cop dropping stuff, and then they show him
putting it back
pick
together.
every single thing up. It's just like,
and the sound design is like so like right next to it, so you like, you really hear the clangy, and you go, and you're like, yeah, fuck yeah.
That's not funny, but because they're showing every step of him picking it back up, it's funny again. So like, just comedy like that is very funny, and you know, him like the nurse just immediately falling in love with him and taking him in and stuff.
And she's absolutely gorgeous.
She's a fine-looking woman, though. I'm guessing that's Agata.
Yeah, Agata, you are primo.
Yeah, but just like immediately he's out of hospital. Like he's clearly super unhinged, doing really unwell mentally, but they still just discharge him.
Yeah, no sort of like...
Goes straight back to the apartment and shags her.
Yeah, no like doctor-patient confidentiality. I don't think that would fly nowadays.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right that they did it after he got discharged, but there was a little bit before, and you just kind of like... She came in and rode him for a little bit for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you do see dong and boob in this.
You do see a bit of... You see a lot of dong.
You see a lot of dong. It's well hidden by a lot of bush.
Yeah. such as was the time.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the biggest laugh out loud, obviously, was the porn movie. Like the final little bit of exposition with Jack and whatever the main character's name is, David, is they go to a porn theater to have this discreet conversation for some reason.
Yeah,
and so they're sitting at the back. Jack is full animatronic puppet now, full like skeleton rotting zombie skeleton. His mouth is just kind of doing that, and it doesn't match up at all. But he has no lips, so you just whatever.
That works.
And it looks stunning. Like, even though it's in a dark theater, it just looks stunning. And there's a porno on the screen. It's just like,
the best porno you'll ever see.
What the fuck are they watching? You just have to see it. Like, repeating the joke won't be funny.
Nah.
But if you can find it on YouTube or whatever, it's the funniest joke that's not a joke.
No, it's not. It is just it's just outright left field for a porno. And you're going, how has that made it into a porno from the 80s?
God.
And everyone's lapping it up.
I'm guessing it was shot for this movie.
Surely
it can't be a real porn.
If it is, someone has to find it and send it to me.
I want it. I want the whole
that.
thing. I want it on Blu-ray up on the fucking shelf behind us.
4K HD.
Yeah, and there's just the comedy is so subtle, but then the horror is not as subtle.
Yeah.
The horror is fucking scary when it's scary. The design of the werewolf, like the face, like in full detail, close up. They do some jump scares with it.
Yeah.
To get around, they can't show it lunging at someone, so they'll just flash to the face. It's kind of like in The Exorcist when Old Mate pops up, but there's no sound in The Exorcist. But it's just like seeing a face that close of a design that is scary. Even without the sound, I think that would still make you jump.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And that's horror. That's genuine horror. I think that's fucking scary. It's a terrifying design, and the transformation scene is
like, just something to behold.
When you say the word horrific,
you
think of something like that, and it's fucking. So it's 58 seconds, I think. Rick Baker worked on it for 7 months.
Wow.
7 months for 58 seconds of screen time.
And
he was fucking pissed when he heard that that's all it got. And then he went to the premiere and he saw it and he was just like, this is my best work yet. And he worked on fucking Star Wars.
Yeah.
And he thinks this is his best work yet. So, like, big compliment.
Big fucking compliments. And paid off well, man.
Oh, it's stunning. Like, you don't, like... I don't know how they did it.
Very weird.
It's one of those things where you're watching it and you're watching the face extend and stuff.
Yeah.
Like in real time, there's no cuts, there's no speeding up. The face is extending into a wolf.
Yeah. It's a weird one because you go, if that's any form of CGI, it is clean.
Yeah. And
I doubt that
it can't be. It can't be. With a budget this small for the time, it can't be.
I could not believe so.
So, like, with his feet extending and stuff, maybe it's like a material that when you heat it, it shrinks and then they just shot it in reverse.
Yeah.
I don't know, because you can see his feet, like, extend and his bones extend and he's, like, and the spine popping up and stuff. Like, some of those gags are easy. Like, you know, like, the spine popping up is just a guy under some prosthetics going with something like that. But, yeah, just, like, his fingers extending, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
And the sound effects are... disgusting.
It is proper
and
what you want to see.
Yeah, and we were talking about it with The Thing. Like, it makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It is fucking terrifying in this comedy movie.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's straight into it, and it's just it is just so gorgeous to look at. It's gruesome at the same time.
Beautiful to look at, and like, if nothing else, just watch that scene.
Yeah.
I think you should watch the whole thing because I think it's a fucking fantastic movie.
Yeah, it's a whole worthy watch.
God, that transformation is unbelievable. And they only do it once. Like, he transforms more than once, but they don't drag it out again. The next time he's just like, whatever.
Next time it's a bit more
because he's in the theater and it cuts away.
They sort of show is like his fingernails growing out sharper.
Yeah, and it comes out in between and it's disgusting.
Yeah. Oh, that one made me fucking writhe around a little bit.
So there's a very high kill count in this movie. When we were doing our Saw franchise, we were like, what are the best kills? Let's rank the kills.
Yep.
We're talking about the kill count. The werewolf doesn't kill a lot of people. The panic from seeing the werewolf causes it. And it's like John Landis, he's just like, hey, I did the Blues Brothers. I did the biggest car chase of all time.
Yeah.
I crashed the most cars of all time. I'm going to do it again, but in Piccadilly Circus on a smaller scale.
Oh,
it is the funniest fucking I guess action sequence. I don't know how to describe.
I would call it a sequence without a doubt. It is just phenomenal.
So the werewolf comes out of the porn theater and everyone just panics, full on panics. And for some reason, all the traffic, they're all doing 100 kilometers an hour and skidding out and crashing, and stuntmen are getting like gas cannoned out of the windshield and stuff.
Windshields, out the bus window.
Yeah, ragdolled into other things and crumpling inwards and stuff.
It is such a treat.
And it's the joke is funny.
Yeah.
And it goes for so long that it stops being funny, and then it's still going. So you're like, it's now funny that it's so long.
Yeah.
It's just
I could not believe
it's genius comedy.
Because it felt like for a second, like it went on and it started, and then it cut back to the wolf for a couple of seconds.
Yeah. So
and then I was like, we're going to move on now. And then it went back to another set of cars fucking each other up. The wolf again. And I'm like, surely this is it. And then, here's another couple cunts getting fucked up.
And every time there's a wolf sighting, it's the biggest crowd. It's like Coachella. Like, everyone crowds in, and the cops are like trying to keep them away.
Everyone's out for a selfie. And
but it's
like,
everyone in England is around it.
My God.
And I don't know if that's a joke or if they're just like, it's hysteria, we got to show it. It's just hard. Like, maybe the comedy is smarter than me.
Hey, curiosity, man, is all it is.
God. But yeah, anyway, he gets away, sort of, and he runs through Piccadilly Circus, and it's sort of like the full, because they clearly made a whole skeleton and a whole prop of this wolf thing, and then they just put it on some boards and push it through Piccadilly. It's not really running because they can't get the animation right, so they don't show it too much. And then it cuts to the man in the suit. This is what I was saying before, and he's sort of skulking and he's down low and he's moving slow, and that's fucking scary as well. But he's got the big Frank. I didn't mention it. Frank Oz.
Yeah, Frank Oz as well. Yeah,
because there's the Muppets on TV, and I thought, maybe that's why he got a credit. But why did he get a credit in the opening credits?
Yeah.
And then you see the puppet of the head later, and you're just like, that's Frank Oz. And it looks like Frank Oz did it. It looks incredible.
Yeah.
And so you see that on a stuntman. It must have been so uncomfortable to shoot, because there's the stuntman in there, and then there's obviously the head being moved around. But yeah, they pushed that through Piccadilly Circus, and then they're like, oh, fuck, we need a big confrontation. We can't do it. Put him up the back of an alley. We can't see him. And then the girlfriend... the nurse comes in, and you think the power of love's gonna fix it and stuff.
Yeah.
Nah.
Not
at all. It's not that kind of movie.
Fuck you, I'm gonna lunge, and then all the cops just shoot him.
Yeah, just shoot him dead, and then he's just back to
normal self.
His penis-y self.
Yep. So it's a nice quick and done.
Yeah, it's a resolution.
Yeah,
he gets killed. The cops done. Yeah, the cops corner him in an alley, and he gets killed.
Yeah. So the obvious thing to start with this movie is obviously the whole countryside of things, where this little offshoot country town are very aware that there is a werewolf roaming around this countryside.
Correct.
And it's very, don't talk about it, just know that it's there.
I think, even with the transformation scene, I think that first scene in the pub is my favourite scene in this movie.
Yeah.
It's so creepy.
It is, because everyone's just like, don't fucking ask about this. Yeah. Why is this pentagram and these old ass candles still fucking melting? The
status quo is we go to the pub after work, we don't mention the pentagram, we don't mention the werewolf.
Yeah.
We do the same thing every night. So two Americans walking in and then asking about what's going on. It's just it throws them off, and there's so many uncomfortable silences.
Yeah,
they get yelled at.
It's all they're all looking at each other, because the barmaids are sort of like, you can't let them go.
Yeah.
And they're all like, no, they can go.
Yeah. We didn't hear anything. We don't know anything. Then this is the thing. The wolf starts howling. Yeah. And she's just like, "Did you hear that?" He just kind of looks around. Nope. Didn't hear anything. Goes back to his Guinness. The other guy, neither did I. Yeah. And as he says that, it howls again, and it's just like that awkward thing where they're sort of still just looking. It's like they know they're doing something terrible. Yeah. So it's a bit of a weird sort of like, why do they know about a werewolf roaming this countryside, and why do they feel like they're so protected? Yeah, it's just like, he's out in the moors. If you don't go out in the moors, which is like big farmland, whatever, it's like, if you don't go out there, you'll be fine. He doesn't come into the town. He must be scared of us, whatever. But yeah, they immediately go out to the moors.
Yeah, immediately go out.
But then
up.
then the doctor from London goes there later in the movie to try and get some information, and he gets met with the same hostility pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's all the same people. He goes at a different time of day, but it's all the same people. The barmaid's the same, but then there's one little rogue agent, one little renegade.
Yeah, one little guy that can't take the heat.
He can't take the heat, so he spills the beans to the doctor.
Yep.
Says this is all true. And then the scary guy, Brooke said she recognized him from something. Right said Fred or something.
Drop Dead Fred.
Drop Dead Fred, something like that. Yeah, he's the scariest bloke.
Yeah.
He tells that fucking joke about the Alamo, and it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying.
I didn't get it. I couldn't follow along with it.
I couldn't understand him. Yeah,
I had no idea what
he
he
is
was saying.
so fucking English.
And then all I heard was "Remember the Alamo," and I was just like,
okay.
I didn't.
And then they're all howling, laughing. Yeah.
Okay, it's a British thing.
Speaking of howling, that's terrifying as well. They use the same sound effect every time.
Yeah.
But it's a very scary howl.
Yeah, because it's not it's not a traditional howl.
No.
It's a very generated. Let's make our own howl.
Yeah.
Type thing. Obviously to make it more werewolf-esque.
Yep.
Lycanthropic thing. So the reason I like this movie so much is the opening sequence of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because as the intro credits are rolling, and we're getting the big panoramic shot of the truck coming in with them on
English countryside.
English countryside. There is a song playing, and that song is Blue Moon, and that song is the Man City theme song. I heard the Blue Moon, I've gone, oh my God! Brooke's like, what? I'm like, this song, it's Blue Moon. She's like, it's from Greece. I'm like, no. It's from in here. Sorry, it's just, it made me very happy to hear that song in a movie.
Yeah.
So instantly I was just like, this will do.
Made a good first impression.
It did. It hit me one, and it really lasted me there.
So, not a lot of werewolf movies, is there? You got the Underworld series.
Yeah, when you think about it,
you got Benicio del Toro's. They had a crack at doing the Wolfman again. I think it's just called Wolfman, which I liked when I was younger, but I guarantee it doesn't hold up.
Yeah, never saw that one.
You got Van Helsing.
You got Van Helsing, appearance in Van Helsing.
We're doing Van Helsing soon, by the way. I think that's going to be one of the weeks where I just don't do a vote. I really want to watch Van Helsing again.
I'm with you on it.
But yeah, I don't know why people don't want to do werewolves.
Yeah.
Twilight had a werewolf, I think.
Has this movie ever gotten a reboot?
Was that a bear? No.
That was wolves.
No, this is one of those sacred movies you don't touch.
Sacred?
I think so. I think it's just...
Surely it would have to be, because I feel like something like this would have had one by now.
I believe there was a sequel nobody wanted to do.
American Werewolf in Paris?
Paris, I believe, yeah.
Apparently that was a crock of shit.
Apparently it's real bad.
Yeah.
And nobody was on board anyway, so... but it made $60 million, so... Of course.
Yeah. Also need to mention A Naked American Man Took My Balloons. That kid is going places.
That kid is so funny.
If you want to hire a kid to act in a movie and give him one line and make it so obvious that he has never acted before,
it's so awkward.
You get that kid.
He's clearly one of the crew members' kids or something, because he's so scared of being there. He's so scared of delivering his lines.
Yeah.
He
literally had to stand in front of a naked man.
Yeah. And it's just it's so awkward.
It's very awkward.
It's just what the fuck?
Yeah. And another one, you gave us a quick trivia note about a certain cat.
Yes.
That was present when he was locked outside the apartment building.
This is what I love so much about movies, and just I don't hate CG, and I don't hate doing everything on a blue screen. I like big Marvel movies.
Yeah.
But when you go back to the guerrilla DIY days of making movies with no money, doing what you have to do.
Yeah.
If you want a cat to hiss at someone, what do? You go and find another cat and wave it in front of the cat.
Yeah.
So the actor is blocking the camera and he's holding a cat to get this cat, because he's a werewolf, of course. Animals hate him. So the actor is blocking it, holding a cat, and just kind of wiggling it to make this cat react.
Does not want to be there.
It works. That cat is pissed.
It's in the corner and it's hunching itself and it is hissing for its fucking life.
And I was
just like, what the fuck is wrong with this cat? And you've gone, they just held another cat in front of it, and I've gone, of course.
That's why I'm so fascinated with filmmaking, when that's the solution,
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Just send the cats.
This movie is fucking phenomenal, and
Yeah.
I loved every second of it, even the weird, awkward 80s bits.
Yeah.
Very
good.
I think I'll leave it there. Do you have any more to put in, other than it's very good?
It's very good. Sorry, one last one. The Nazi werewolves in his nightmares. Fucking why?
Yeah, it's straight up dollar store Halloween masks.
Like, it is ridiculous. They're in, like, the full, like, Reich suits.
Yeah, he's having, like, fever dreams about running through the forest and stuff. And then,
which they were fine.
They make sense.
And then he's, like, back in America with his family, and then a bunch of Nazi werewolves in Reich suits come in and kill his family. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
And it's like, it's so gratuitous. It's like the car crashing, but with guns. It's so overblown and gratuitous.
Yeah. And then, like, it snaps him back to the hospital bed. And as she's going to open the fucking window blinds, another one jumps out and kills her and starts stabbing her. In full gear again. I've gone, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then snaps back again and he's all good. I'm just like, this is...
They don't come back. Yeah, they don't come back.
They don't come back.
It's literally just a fever dream.
Oh, my God. I just had to mention that there. But otherwise, no, I enjoyed this movie thoroughly.
Yeah. It's on Stan in Australia if you want to watch it.
Definitely worth it if you haven't seen it.
Absolutely.
I think it is a hidden gem that still holds up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely...
If you appreciate film.
Yeah.
I don't think you can just watch this if you're not as much into film.
Yeah, it's a bit slow and awkward. Yeah.
You got to sort of know what to appreciate and understand that you're watching a movie from the early 80s.
Yeah. You got to give it context in your mind before you watch it.
Yeah.
Because some of the werewolf stuff does look pretty dodgy.
Yeah.
But it had to. It was necessity.
Yeah. So in basic, if you like movies and you want to watch an old classic you've never seen, this is the one to see.
Even just ticking it off the list.
Definitely right, and I've ticked it off.
But yeah, An American Werewolf in London. It's very good. We had a fucking hell of a time watching it.
Yep. So thank you, Brooks' dad, my
shout
father,
out.
for shouting that one out for
us.
Happy
birthday.
Very good. Happy birthday for that. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed the sword. Bought him a big Aragon replica sword for his birthday and Father's Day.
Nice.
It was amazing.
Hell yeah. I'm all about that.
And yeah.
If you enjoyed this episode, we are a podcast called You Like That Extra. We also have another podcast called You Like That. It's classified as the main show.
It is the main show. It is the long one.
But it's still here on the YouTube channel. It's still here in the Spotify feed. It's all in the same place. Go to our link tree in the description below and you'll just find where to find us everywhere. If you want to listen to us, watch us, we're there. You can find us. We're on the socials, Instagram. Chuck up a screenshot and tag us. We love seeing that shit. If you want to buy some merch, go to youlikethatpodcast.store. Shit's running out, but shit's also being added.
Yep.
We don't have absolutely...
Shit will come back.
have absolutely no say in it.
When COVID's dead, you can wear our clothes.
Yes, correct. YouTube, like, subscribe, please. It's very important. Main show this week is a movie called Malignant, James Wan's new movie.
Yes.
Which I'm halfway through watching a review of, and I am now extremely excited for it.
Ooh, I was waiting for you just to go extremely unnecessarily disappointed and not wanting to.
Maybe that's why I'm excited for it.
Possibly.
Until then, that's on Sunday, by the way. The Spotify goes up on Sunday. Main show goes up on YouTube on Tuesday, and then this goes up every Thursday, audio and video.
Doubler.
Until then, my name has been Jack, remains to be Jack, and I'm one half of You Like That Extra.
Very beautiful. And until I see you all again, my name is Adam. Still the other half of You Like That Extra, and I guess we'll see you guys on the main show next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.